Alright guys, I'm back for just a second here. I want to explain to you kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because as a new player you're probably like, what is this guy even doing? There's a couple of skills in the game. One is called Hunter, and Hunter is probably one of the best ways to, as a beginning account, make a bunch of money early on. It's not really something that you can do without paying a lot of attention, so that's kind of unfortunate. There's some skills in RuneScape that you can do without having to look at your screen a whole lot, but this doesn't happen to be one of them. So what I'm doing is I'm laying this trap, because at low level Hunter it's really slow to get experience. So I'm laying this trap, and while I wait for the birds to land on the trap like that one just did, I'm cutting these logs. There's a thing called the Grand Exchange in RuneScape, and basically what it is kind of like the stock exchange but for items. So everyone can put their items up for sale on there, and the prices are depicted on what people are buying and selling stuff for. Man, it really stinks early on for these because you miss so many birds. But early on, if you cut these, and then what you do is you click on them, and you'll have a couple of different options. You can fletch, which is what I'm doing here. You also can burn these logs if you right click and light them. You'll start a fire, and that's how you train fire making. Fire making doesn't really get you a whole lot, I would say, as far as like money or anything else. It's more of a just if you want to try and level up your skills and get a higher total level. It's kind of another thing you can do as kind of a time sink, I would say. So you can do it certainly if you want to, but I would say early on, the first thing that you want to try and do is get all your tools. If you look right now, there's probably about 5 different tiers that you can use in RuneScape for skilling, and that's going to be your bronze, iron, black, which black is a pretty rare tool to find, so you probably won't find that one. Then you have mithril, adamant, and rune. So I would say early on, buying your stuff from the Grand Exchange, you want to get those rune tools right away. If you buy the rune tool from the Grand Exchange, and I'll show you how to get to the Grand Exchange and kind of how it all works in just a little bit, but if you buy the rune tool right away, it'll count as all the previous tools that you need. So it'll be your black, your adamant, mithril, all that stuff. As you're leveling up, your tool will level up with you. So that's kind of a benefit of making sure early on that you have all the best tools without having to buy every single one. So but early on, as you see, I'm fletching these arrow shafts right now, and these are actually going to be some of the best really early on money that you can make on an account. Hunter is the next best thing. What I'm working right now towards is getting 32 Hunter, and then I'll train my divination up a little bit. But the reason why I'm doing that skill first is divination has something that automatically banks your items, and swamp lizards at level 32 Hunter, if you can automatically bank those items with porters, which way down the road I'll show you how those work, but basically as I gather one of these hunting monsters in my inventory, it automatically sends it to the bank, which is really good and really good money early on. So that's what I'm kind of working towards at the moment. I'm getting all these shafts cut so I can get my tools done and leveling Hunter at the same time. So I'll be back once I have a decent Hunter level and a little bit of cash set aside. Or not cash, but shafts, and I'll show you how to get to the Grand Exchange your very first time, and kind of all the lodestones you want to unlock along the way, and how that stuff kind of works. So I'll be back in just a little bit here, and I'll see you guys then.